The Misfits want to share their treasure with you. Help us get to 500 followers here on Twitter and be entered to win this set of dice. Looking for more ways to enter? Subscribe to our YouTube channel, or like, comment, and subscribe.
Keladir.
Okay, so Keldir would go back to the cell. Now has it been, how long was he gone? Like, is it still empty?
You probably just missed Aleda going out with Margaret to serve some soup.
Okay. He would go down. I guess he would try to see if who he could find of the crew. Not really searching for anyone in particular, but just to see who's
cool.
out there.
So if you go down to like the main floor, both Dietrich and Huron, they're all out there with the carry. And at this point, Gray and Bastion are now on the main level too, talking to people. Yeah, that's who you see of the crew.
Okay. He would go to how about Dietrich and Huron? He'd wander over to.
Okay. Cool. So you guys would have just finished talking with Beak, and then Keladir approaches you.
Hello.
Dietrich, how's your information gathering going?
Quite well, I think.
I learned a lot.
Yes, Huron. Did learn quite a bit.
Dietrich always is able to teach us lots.
Well, you know, we probably won't get into it. I mean, all is well. We are good to go.
Like Harry looks at you, Keladir, and is just like,
Did something happen, Dietrich? Were you not good to go?
No, we were everything's good. Nothing we should worry about in the outside world, maybe just inside. It's fine.
Inside what?
Well,
inside what, Huron?
I just learned that I'm not a likable guy, and I'm dealing with that. I have to work through that, and that just came out. I wasn't expecting it, and now we're trying our best to work through this. Conflict's gonna happen. I just didn't know that about myself, and now I gotta deal with that.
Dietrich.
Yes.
You told Huron that he wasn't a likable person.
I don't know why we're jumping down my throat. It could have been anybody out here that said that, but yes, I did tell him that.
And you two have sorted it out?
I think so.
And you're going to move past?
I'm trying.
I'll move past it. I'm still kind of processing it, but I'll have to get off the island, so I'm gonna move past it off the island. So I think we're in a good place. Also, Dietrich recruited a goblin.
A goblin?
Mm-hmm.
That's good news.
I think so.
If he looks around, does he see a goblin? Is he like a goblin?
You probably would have without knowing who she was, like past Beak.
Okay.
Dietrich. So if you turn around, you probably see her like still kind of walking away.
Okay. So that goblin specifically.
It's like a puff of smoke around her.
It's comforting.
Dietrich did a good job of convincing that little goblin that there are flowers and trees past this island, and that was the hook to get her to potentially recruit some of her friends. So hopefully that'll be the steamroll that'll get it going. Sorry, dwarven words. Anyway, so I think a success all around.
That's good. See, I knew you two were people for this kind of job.
Yes.
Sounds
Us
like you've been
too.
accomplishing a lot.
Thanks,
I
Captain.
hope
Well, I've been thinking
accomplishing
about.
less. I spoke with Amorous, and despite him being the champion, he doesn't seem to know much about the goings-on of the island. Since becoming the champion, he's been locked in that room that we found him in that cell.
Yes.
But he doesn't seem to know too much. But I maybe didn't give him a chance to say much. I might have lectured him, actually, just a little bit. But yes, I accomplished less than what I would have hoped.
You're known for that, I think.
The
gotta be.
accomplishing less than hoped, or the lecturing.
The lecturing.
A lot of
It's
that
not-
going around on this crew. A lot of that going around.
It always gets through.
No, but something to be aware of. For
No, it's
myself.
not a bad thing, Cody, I promise. I feel like maybe I'm at the end of them quite often. Maybe I should work on that, yeah. I could
I
talk
did
to more
almost just start lecturing you just now, to be honest, but
I can talk to more people if you would like.
I think that's a good idea. That goblin, what was their name?
Beak.
Beak. And Beak is on their way to go speak to their friends.
As far as I know.
All right. Well, is it still early? Like it's not too late?
Yeah, no, it's still probably late afternoon, early evening-ish.
If you don't mind, I'll join you unless you think I'll hinder you.
I don't think so.
Welcome aboard.
Is
Thanks,
there
still young? There's more to find out.
Are the people that we had previously seen still around, or?
Yes, I don't remember who you saw. Oh, you saw the halfling?
Yes, and then I feel like Margaret might have been a human that was with this halfling, though. But I could be wrong. No? Okay. So it was a human with the halfling, and then an old lady.
And you saw
an older woman.
the old woman, yes, who looks very
Margaret is who's with the lady.
Yes. They just sound very similar because she is also a skinny human lady. But those are the descriptors.
Yeah.
His words.
Margaret is like malnourished type skinny, like almost like Mac.
Okay.
And then this other woman was just like, she's thin, but it's not like not as skinny as what Margaret is.
Okay. And looking at
Is Mac getting less skinny? Have we been feeding him
He's
well?
bulking up a little bit. You don't see his
Okay.
bones anymore. He's still really thin, but
think about like Sanji though. Like he'll never be beefy, right?
Aleda has been giving him
that's
double
true.
portions, trying to fatten it up. Like, just, I really do think she's like anyone who looks hungry. She's like, I've got to feed them.
That feels very on brand for Lita.
Not that I know Greya did this, but I feel like Greya and Dietrich are very similar in their approach to people. Dietrich will look at both of them, and instead of smiling at them, though, just kind of eye them up to see who seems to be having a more pleasant time.
Okay. I will also let Keladir, whenever you get back from running away.
I'm gonna miss the captain.
Keladir, where are you
Okay.
going?
Okay. Sorry. It's actually super cold in my room now. I go turn
Yeah,
off my
I saw
fan.
you put on a sweater, and the jealousy that overcame me was how Dietrich feels about Huron.
I'm sorry. It's so cold.
So I'll let you roll a d20 and a d10 as well, and then see if you notice. You guys can roll again if you want to look around some more, or there are still those people there.
Okay, can I see how they?
Yeah, you can roll your insight on them.
Okay.
So I rolled an 18 and a 3.
Cool. You see another goblin. And he's just wandering around.
Okay. He's going to gently elbow Dietrich and be like, I think that's one of Beak's friends.
Maybe, but Beak said that they would have it under control if it was their friends, and I feel interjecting myself into that might be a bit strange.
Probably wise. Who do you see?
And then on your insight,
I got a 10.
a 10. Who was that on? Because you
on the older
halfling,
woman.
the thin woman, and the old woman.
So the older woman first.
Older woman first. She, again, like I said, like she looks like she's chain smoked for years, really rough. Doesn't seem to be very pleasant at all.
Okay, and then I can do inside checks on the other two?
Yep.
Okay. Halfling is an 18.
Okay.
And the skinny woman is 22.
Cool. They are talking to each other. They're friends, and they seem pretty pleasant. You also, actually, I should say, since you're doing an insight, you do notice that they are signing to each other.
Okay. No verbal communication between them.
It looks like maybe they're mouthing the words, and sometimes the halfling, sometimes the tall woman will look like maybe she said something to the halfling, but the halfling always signs back to her.
Okay. Dietrich will approach them slowly.
Same thing, and I'll follow behind before, and you can see that Huron is getting like slowly grumpier. Like the conversation from before is kind of like setting in, and he's getting like quieter and more sullen, and just be like,
Dietrich will take a bow, and then wave to them without saying anything at first.
Okay. Keldir, do you go with them?
Yeah. Not right up to them. He's just kind of hanging back. I don't know what is Huron right up with Dietrich?
I'm behind over the shoulder, just kind of like being part of it, like sort of like muscle, but not trying to be too intimidating. But he's being a little grumpy right now, so he probably looks more intimidating than he wants to be.
Okay. Yeah, he'd be just hanging back a bit, just watching Dietrich do
Cool.
his thing.
Dietrich, when you bow, they're like kind of taken aback. And the halfling is like, "Oh, hello." And the woman like bows to you as well.
Sorry for interrupting.
And as you go, the halfling like kind of translates to the woman.
I am a bit new here, and well, it doesn't look like there's much for entertainment around here, is there?
Not the kind of entertainment that the halfling responds. Not the kind of entertainment that we enjoy, but I mean, technically, this whole place is entertainment.
Disgusting, really. What kind of entertainment do you enjoy?
I like dancing. I like juggling. I like, stuff like that.
Oh, do you? Dietrich will reach into his side pouch and pull out.
When you reach, they both kind of like.
Oh, no, sorry. I imagine it's abrasiveness first here, and he will kind of pop up 3 balls magically.
Cool. Then they kind of laugh off and the woman signs something to you, and then the halfling is she would like to know if you're going to put on a show for us.
It would be my pleasure. So Dietrich will do a little juggling act for them.
Cool. Roll performance.
Oh, I mean, he's good.
Calgary, seeing what is happening, is going to kind of quietly say to Huron, I thought discretion and subtlety was being encouraged.
This is, you know him more than I do, but I think this is him being subtle.
I've never seen this before.
I mean, he's been acting weird since we left the cell, and I'm just trying to be part of the ride. Maybe you should tap him on the shoulder and tell him to bring it down a notch. I apparently upset him.
He got
Just kind of quietly
18.
They both smile, but the halfling is going to kind of put his hands out and just kind of ask you to stop. And he's gonna be like, look, that's wonderful. That was amazing. We appreciate that. We love it. There are really bad people here who don't like that kind of stuff. So maybe don't do it out in public.
Blended.
In your cell, do what you want while no one's looking. There's some really sick people here, but we appreciate that, and that was great, and it was amazing. Thank you. We need something like that every now and then.
It would be very wonderful if you can see a show outside of here, don't you think?
Oh, absolutely.
Before I was here, I was in a traveling troupe, and that's all we did. So it's a little hard for me to program it out of myself. I like to see people smile.
That's great. I wish there were more people like you here. Helena actually was a singer outside of this. She had a wonderful voice. And he doesn't translate that.
Well, I'm sure it was something to be heard. I know this doesn't seem likely because of everyone in here. Dietrich will pop up one of the balls again and go, how about I make a promise? I'll give you this red ball, and that's a ticket to a free show.
In your cell?
No, at the circus, far away from here. I just need one favor.
It's a nice gesture. Thank you. And you see that they kind of like talks about outside shows and stuff like that. And as he's translating, they both get like a little sad talking about this now. But he does reach out and take the ball, and he's like, what's the favor?
That you will have our back when we try.
After he signs that, they both kind of look at you, and then she signs something, and he's like, try what?
To get to the show, of course.
I don't think I'm following.
Got to take a few steps out to get there.
We can't take steps out anywhere.
But if we had a plan to do so,
Do you have a plan to do so?
that depends. How badly do you want to see a show?
After you say this, the woman starts like signing like really aggressively.
She's so pure.
And he like is like trying to calm her down and like put her hands on her. He's like, I know. Look, I think I know what you're saying. Helena wants nothing more than to get out of here. But I don't think that's a good idea. Like I said, there are sick people here. And trying what you're, I think, talking about is going to get a lot of people killed or weirder, sicker stuff.
When you go and see these shows, or when you perform them, do they not have stories of sacrifice and hope and of courage and love? How are you to live here if you don't try?
The woman starts signing back to you.
Dietrich can't understand, but he will hold on to like every word she is saying.
Okay. He will translate as she goes, obviously. And he's just like, she's saying courage and sacrifice and everything, that they're more than stories to her, that she used to sing about them all the time. And that it's those songs that she used to sing that have kept her alive here. And that she wants to believe and to have hope.
And let people sing songs about you.
When he signs that to her, she just like clasps her chest. Now again, the halfling will say this without like translating. He's like, look, I want to believe just as much as she does. Her wanting to do stuff like this, it comes from not just a place of hope, but a place of anger inside of her towards all of this. But like I said, I have seen so many people get killed. I have seen what's happened to her. I can't put us in that again.
That's all you'll ever be in if you stay here. I understand that you are afraid. I get it. But I don't know about you. I can't continue being here.
Okay, roll your persuasion.
18.
Cool. So she signs at you again, and she says whatever you need. She's in 100%.
Dietrich will very gingerly grab her hand to not frighten her, because they seem to be pretty, I don't know, standoffish, rightfully so. And he will just mouth the words very clearly to her. Thank you.
She will mouth the words back to you. No, thank you. And then the halfling is just kind of like, I don't want to do this. I don't, at all. People are gonna die. People are gonna get hurt. But there's something about you. You seem, I don't know, your confidence seems more than just some cocky guy who thinks he can win the fight. And I'm not gonna let her do this alone. So, yeah. Whatever you need from us, I guess we're in.
Can't let my own sit here and not give back to the world what they're so good at, so.
So I guess you tell us what's next.
Keep an ear out, and we will tell you.
Okay.
Huron, I don't know what you're talking about. The people around here are lovely. Lovely people.
Normally, everyone's a real jerk and wants to stay alive. I don't know what's out. You were just talking to the nicest people.
I think that might be a self-reflection.
I think that you have been here for a few days, so you're still new and novel, and they still haven't learned to distrust you yet. But
Why would anyone distrust me?
I don't, clearly, but now that's developing. But the point is, I think that we have an advantage because you're new, and I'm glad we are being successful in recruiting these people.
It's just Dietrich's effect on people.
Yes, Dietrich, you have a way with words.
Well, thank you, Huron. It's very nice of you to say.
Except when you're telling other crewmates that you don't like them.
I just thought it was better to be honest about the situation instead of letting it fester inside of me, and then I would have just actually hated him.
So you don't, you know what? Let's get the rebellion going, and then we'll deal with this. There's a lot to unpackage here, apparently.
Cool. Now we'll go back up to Aleda. Are you like, was your intention that you're just like walking around giving people soup?
I specifically wanted to go to Margaret's group. Like,
Okay.
my intention was, like, she said that she trusted some of her teammates, so I was like, yeah, let's go make friends with the people you do trust. So I'm hoping she's going to give me, like, the lay of who she does trust within the group rather than just bringing me there. So.
Cool. Give me a second.
Sure.
I'm gonna roll this time and see.
Absolutely. We'll see who her teammates are.
I like her and I want to meet her.
Cool. So she takes you to her cell. Only 2 of her roommates are in there right now. There is a small, very young lizard folk. And a kind of middle-aged man. And he seems very kind of like when she contorted her body. This man looks like that, but it doesn't look as extreme. But his are like from times like he's in battle and he's like broken something and it hasn't healed in the right place.
Oh no.
So like his isn't a purposeful contortion. He just like his body's just a little kind of not right.
All right. Well, I'll say Margaret here was telling me that her teammates hadn't had a good meal in some time. It's a thin broth, but it tastes good. And I want to meet some good people, and I find that a warm meal does wonders to make friends.
The lizard folk comes up to you and you see, like I said, very young, very small. And the lizard folk has a lazy eye. And he's just like, oh, wow, thank you. This is really nice.
You're very welcome.
And the kind of contorted man, the crooked man, we'll call him from The Conjuring.
Okay.
The crooked man just kind of takes it. He doesn't say anything though. He just like reaches out his hand and takes it.
It's fine.
Margaret stealthily kind of where they can't see but you can. She points at the lizard folk. And, like,
great.
And then points at the guy and is like,
all right, that's fair.
Yeah, so they're just sipping it.
Until more people come, I'll just make small talk because I'm not revealing anything really. I'm just kind of like waiting until Margaret is like, now's a good time, or keying in who are good people.
Okay.
And
cool. We will say, give me a second. I'm gonna roll.
Sure.
Margaret. Okay, she's very successful with that. Margaret comes up with some sort of weird excuse to take you and the lizard folk separate to like go for a walk sort of thing.
Great. I'll be like, oh yes, I saw there's actually some natural plants around here that can be scavenged and added for seasoning in meals. If you want to make something similar to what I've made, at least, there's some edible herbs I could show you.
Yeah, so the lizard folk agrees, and again, the man like shows no interest, so cool. So you leave with the two of them, and they go, or with Margaret and the lizard folk. So then as you're walking, Margaret says, she's like, Lionel, you know that thing that we always kind of half joked about, but didn't think it would ever really happen? Well, I think Aleda might have a way to help us.
Can I just make a perception check to make sure there's like nobody listening in?
Yep.
Okay. What is my modifier? Would that be perception?
Yeah.
That's 13. I only have a +1 to perception.
13?
Yeah.
Cool. So as you walk, there are a lot of the cells are kind of empty right now, so the hallway is a little like pretty safe. There are a few people, but with a 13 you're able to tell when you get to an area where like a few of the cells are empty, so you have like quite a bit of room of no one around. There's no like fully safe space if you're staying on her cell level.
Okay. Yeah, I'll just kind of bring them in and be like, oh, there's one of the herbs down here. I'm just like pointing to blades of grass and being like, now if you look, I can show you how to identify them, so that they bring them in really close to like the ground.
Cool.
I'm
gonna get a very low DC, but just everyone to do a stealth, just to make sure.
Stealth, cool. A 14 stealth for me.
Cool. Yeah, everyone's fine.
Okay. We go down to the
really
dirt.
does. You guys are whispering quite well, so people,
Oh, great.
people who even walk by aren't gonna like really.
They think we're talking about grass.
You get a stoner that walks by, is like, what?
What? It's okay. He can't truly pay attention even if he tries. It's fine. He got distracted. He's like, oh, there's a butterfly. Yeah. So we haven't completely ironed things out. But we're hoping to do something soon. I have to go back to my crew. I'm responsible to my teammates. But we have some magic on our side that might give us a bit of an advantage. Any information you have or people that you trust that won't report us to the golems or to Brather.
You notice as you talk, like when he bent down, he was kind of fine. But as you talk and the more that it kind of sinks in that this is real, he starts to kind of tremble a little bit. And he's just like, Aleda, I think what you're doing is great. Margaret, we talked about wanting it, but I don't think I can do it. Like, people die here all the time.
So you're dead if you do and dead if you don't. I know death is a scary thing. I have faced it myself many, many times. But death is a certainty. The only chance that we have to live out our lives is to get off this island.
I kind of always thought that maybe I could fight my way up to the top and at least get to live in that nice penthouse for a while, because I feel like that is a better chance than ever getting out of this place.
Even if you don't want to do anything to assist us, which I can completely understand the risk analysis of that, don't do anything to hinder us. And if we are successful, you can come with us.
Roll your persuasion. You can roll it with advantage after kind of the saying that he's going to die either way.
Okay. Oh, thank God it was with advantage. The disadvantage was a nat 1.
Ooh.
But that's not what I got, so don't even listen to that. So that's persuasion is what I'm doing. So I rolled 13 plus 3 to my persuasion is 16.
He is just like, I don't know. I'm not going to stand in your way. I will try to help if I can. But I'm scared, and I can't promise I'm going to jump into battle if the time comes.
Can I share something with you? I'm scared too. I'm not going to lie and say that this doesn't have a risk, but I think this might be one of the best shots we have, and my crew has faced many dangerous situations. And once again, I kind of pulled out my handkerchief just go, and I'm like, we've survived things that you cannot imagine. And I hope one day to tell you the stories of some of those things on a ship far away from here.
Well, I hope to hear them.
I'll put out my hand to shake.
Cool. He'll shake your hand.
Great.
And he's just like, I need to go for a walk to kind of process. Margaret, I'll find you later.
Can I do an insight check to see if he's lying? Oh, that's not good. Oh, I have +4 to insight, so that only makes it a 10 with my +4 to insight.
You can see he is still trembling.
Okay.
It's not good enough to really get a sense, but like when he says he's scared, he does look scared.
Okay. I hope he's not scared enough to betray us. Okay, we'll find out.
Cool. So then we will go back to Gray and Bastion. What are you guys up to? Are you approaching more unsavory characters?
Is there time to do that, or is it about the time that we should start to go and talk to Frollo?
It's
What time of day is it?
It's like evening now. You probably have time if you're making your way to Fraulo. If you see someone on the way, you would have time to talk. But you don't have a ton of time.
I think Bastion at least would like to talk to the captain and the rest of the crew that's on the main level with them that he can see to let them know what they're planning, and then talk to somebody on the way maybe.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that's what Gray
So
wants.
everyone's still on the main level, so you guys kind of look. You guys are across the bridge where the Tinker's shop is. They're on the other side of the bridge, but you can see them if you want to make your way there.
Sure.
Okay, yeah, we make our way over.
Cool. We can also say, for the sake of just everyone getting back together, Aleda, you were kind of on that level. If you would like to see everyone come together and join them.
Great, I'll be like, soup song.
Cool. Margaret went to kind of be with Lionel and make sure he's okay. But yeah, you guys are all together again.
Captain?
Except for the other group. Thomas, Mac, and William are not with you.
I'm so scared of what they are up to. Have we heard any explosions in the distance that would indicate that they're going up to something?
You can do a perception check if you want.
I have fears. 19.
19? You haven't heard anything.
What's the relief?
Yeah.
Is that good or bad? I don't know. So you said we're all back together? Are we all back together in the cell?
No, you are on the ground.
Oh, we're still on the main level. Okay, sorry.
Town square almost, if you want to call it that.
I hope everyone's recruiting is going well.
I think so. Huron said everyone here was quite nasty, but I think he might be wrong about that.
We did meet a dwarf that was rather nasty.
That's unfortunate.
See, I was sort of right.
Absolutely. Captain. Go ahead, Graham.
Oh no, I think you were gonna tell them what we discussed.
Yes, I was. We have spoken with the Tinkerer, and while Josephine doesn't know how to control the golem, she thinks that perhaps Fraulo might, if anyone does, aside from the leader of this place. So our plan right now is to capture Fraulo and bring him to the Tinkerer's workshop where we can torture him until he talks.
You see, I actually dislike Frollo more than I dislike Huron, and well,
It's just out there now. It's just out there. It's just public knowledge. Is this conversational now?
Why don't you like Huron?
I'm working through it.
I'm gonna like shield Huron kind of protectively and like put my hand on his shoulder and like rub his back and be like, it's fine. I think you're lovely.
Oh, that's not helping.
She doesn't know that.
Can we focus on the kidnapping, torture?
Yes.
Good idea.
I don't think that he is a very competent or brave individual, and I don't think it'll come to that.
Oh, perhaps not.
I think an interrogation is a more appropriate word.
Whatever you choose to label it is fine with me.
So you're thinking that it's if I look around, like, is anyone listening to this conversation that we're having in the middle of a square?
Do a perception check.
Okay. Uh,
Can we assist?
18.
Anyone who wants to do a perception check can.
Oh, well.
What'd you get? 18?
Yeah.
Yeah. So nobody's like directly listening to what you're saying. But like I said, you guys did kind of make a name for yourself in the earlier fights. So there are people like noticing you now that you're grouped up and kind of pointing and being and like gesturing towards you and clearly talking about you. It doesn't seem like anyone's like actively listening.
Listening and talking about what we're talking about. Okay.
Shall we take dinner to the cell?
I think it's a good idea.
Yeah,
Talk
I
to
think
those
so.
Smart
people
thinking.
if you wanted to.
Mhm.
Maybe save all discussion until we're back in the cell.
Okay.
Very
Okay.
well.
Right. So I think we head to the cell.
Mm.
Huron, I think you're a competent fighter, by the way. I cannot speak to your personality. I don't know you enough yet.
Thank you, Bastion. I think you're a vicious fighter, and I think that's very useful.
Mm-hmm.
We're just saying things that we like about each other.
Sure.
Dietrich, why don't you like Huron? I thought he was our friend.
He is. I don't not like him. It's complicated.
Okay. Well, for what it's worth, I like you, Huron.
It's a dwarf thing, I think.
No, not at all. It's, well, I have these new feelings that I'm not used to having. Not.
Aleda says in Dwarvish to Huron, she's like, tall folk.
Right.
Am I right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. I'm sorry. I apologize on behalf of all of us. All of this is in Dwarvish. Just as an aside conversation.
I wasn't expecting this
You can see
either.
him just like boiling up.
Yeah.
Dietrich,
Yes.
do you think that this is something that's going to impact our plans? Or are
No.
we going to be able to move past it for now?
We can move past it. I feel like I'm being very childish. I'm very sorry. Huron, it's just, if you need to know, I'm very jealous of you.
Literally not what I was expecting. The last thing I was expecting was that. I'm very not expecting it.
Is it the beard?
Yes.
Hmm.
You have to roll persuasion.
I think that's like a bluff or like a deception. Like,
Yeah, you can roll deception, and whoever wants to roll insight can.
I would like to roll insight.
yeah, I think Aleda's curious enough to be like, what is happening?
I think
See,
Bastion takes you at his
I'm sorry.
word.
Kieran
I had to
believes it.
disappear
He has a
again quick.
great beard.
To plug in my phone because I'm almost dead. 1
Okay.
second.
What'd you get?
I rolled a 15, by the way.
I got an 18.
Oh no, your deception's very good. Everyone's going, I think it's the beard. Like I fully am convinced. I only got like a 13, so I'm convinced.
I think because she was with you, Carrie's gonna roll too to be like, what is this about? Oh, wait, hold on.
Kieran believes it's the beard without rolling. Like,
Yeah.
he loves his beard.
Yeah.
It makes
That
sense.
makes sense.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Obviously, it's the beard.
Carrie looks at you and is just like,
She's an insightful monkey.
He just continues on with it's true. I've never been able to grow facial hair my entire life. And, you know, I've never had to deal with it. Dwarf in our circus has a bald head and a bald face. So, you know, there's not a lot of men in the circus that have beards that I have to compete with. And
This absolutely makes sense to me. Spending a lot of time around dwarves, like especially in my adolescence, all of the dwarven women have beautiful beards. And to be honest, growing up being in a dwarven community, I was not considered very pretty. So I understand. It's you know, beard envy is a real thing.
I'm just
Taldir's
struggling.
thrown because release Dietrich, but that's not where he thought it was going. It's genuinely like.
Hikari tries to call you on your shit.
Yeah.
And Hikari's just like, but Dietrich, William has a beard and you love him.
Oh, that's true. That's true.
Yeah.
Huron really keeps his, Huron really keeps his beard very well, though. I have to say, like, dwarves are taught how to keep their beards very clean, even in difficult conditions such as these. So they're.
Why don't we just keep talking about his beard and how great Huron's beard is?
Well, I
Dietrich.
told you before, Rick, that I think that you're quite pretty without facial hair, and I think a beard wouldn't suit you.
I can't grow a beard either, Dietrich. It's nothing to be ashamed of.
Yeah, I can't grow one either.
Well, look at us, all beardless.
We're here for you, Dietrich.
Thank you.
Hikari's like, my whole body's kind of a beard. You hate me? And like she's kind of looking at you like,
Oh, is it insensitive for me to wear this bear fur? Because if this is giving you trouble, I will put it away.
I think we're bringing up problems that don't need to be brought up.
You have a wonderful
Kelly is
costume
in the
set.
corner, like stressed.
You could probably fashion a beard. You seem quite adept at that.
Hmm.
I think we're at the cell at this point. Like,
We could shave Hikari and make a beard.
Oh yeah, and then we could make you a beard.
I'm pretty sure that Hikari would not want me to shave her.
No, we cannot shave Hikari.
It would grow back.
I
Hikari,
don't
what?
care.
Dietrich's gonna like bend down to Hikari and be like, why are you making this worse?
Why are you lying?
Because I'm not ready to admit what's wrong.
Okay, I apologize for calling you out.
Are they whispering? We're right here.
Can I roll to see if I hear them?
Yeah, who heard them?
There's nowhere to hide in this cell. We're all
I
here.
think, like, I don't think Bastion cares that they're whispering, but I think I have to roll just to see if he hears it out of.
Yeah. Kelly is rolling. Or Kelly wants to, oh, never mind. He's so stressed. Not one. He hears nothing. He's just like, oh.
Dietrich, I will put it on you. Hikari will whisper if you whisper, so if you want to roll stealth to try to trick them, then that's fine. Hikari just matches your level.
I only got an 8 anyway.
Nat 20.
Oh man, nobody's hearing this whisper.
So Hikari, trying to match your whisper.
Oh no! Why are you lying?
Hikari's like yelling, pretty much.
Monkeys don't
Oh,
have
Ruva,
stuff.
I think
You
you're
only
muted.
hear half the conversation.
Yeah.
He's stage whispering, but it's so good.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah, Hikari was not quiet, everybody. You don't know what Dietrich was saying. But you heard, why are you lying? Okay, I'm sorry.
I don't know what's happening.
Wait, who's lying?
Dietrich's gonna turn around and he's just gonna be like, listen, I have some unchecked feelings that I haven't discussed with anybody, and Huron has just brought them to the surface level, and it's not on him, it's on me, and I'm very sorry.
Hold on. I think I understand. Dietrich, it's very okay if Huron's beard has awakened something in you. If you're attracted to Huron, it's okay. You don't have to hide it. We accept you.
That would explain why you've been testy. Yes.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's fine.
Huron is a very nice looking man. There's no question about that, and I haven't thought of Huron in that way at all.
It happens to a lot of people here. We're all cooped up. A lot of, it's a limited pool, as they say. And, these things just happen. I wouldn't worry too much about it. I get it's mostly the beard.
I think that this is something that we can all talk about when we're not doing what we're doing. Can we get back to planning our plans?
Okay.
I got the impression you didn't want to talk about it.
I think this can wait for the ship.
Yes.